morning friends, and in this video we are going to talk about the parametric functions. Like we have found the differentiations of the implicit functions, we have found the differentiation of the explicit functions. Now we are going to find the differentiation of parametric functions. Now what are parametric functions? The functions which are represented in terms of another parameter, that's called as parametric function. Parametric function. Now what does it mean? It means the function y is ft, means y is a function of t, means t is the parameter, and x is a function of t also, another function of t. So x is zt and y is ft. Now we have to find dy by dx. It means that you see that f y is related to t, and the x is also related to t, or you can say x is related to t. So both have one common variables, like the y is a function of t and x is also a function of t. What we can do that, like there are another ways, like if you can express or eliminate t, then you can find implicit relation between t and x. For example, suppose y equals at square and x equals a under root t. So now these are two functions, y is at square and x is a root t. How can we eliminate root t? So if you raise x to the power 4, so x to the power 4 will become a to the power 4, and this is t square. And now y equals a t square. You can divide this equation by this equation just to get rid of this t square. So suppose I divide x to the power 4 is a to the power 4 t square over y, and this is a t square. So t square cancels, and a4 will become a cube. So and cross multiply, x4 is a cube t, and then if I find the differentiation, sorry, there is no t, a cube y. If you find the differentiation, so it will become 4x cube is a cube dy by dx. This is, you can find dy by dx this way, but this is called eliminating the variables t and getting the expression converted into the implicit functions or the implicit form, and this is the implicit relation between x and y. And then after getting this form, we are differentiating this one directly, and then we are getting this answer. But every time it is not possible to eliminate the t, so you cannot have this implicit equation every time. When it is the case, then how will you solve the question? Then it's a simple way is that since y is a function of t and x is a function of zt, like both are the functions of t, so you can differentiate y easily with respect to t. So dy over dt is simply f dash t, and then x equal to zt. So dx over dt, if you differentiate x with respect to t, this is called dx over dt, and that can be written as z dash t. Now since we have to find dy by dx, so you just divide this by this. So dy by dx is just dy by dt over dx by dt. That can be written as f dash t over z dash t. This is the way of finding dy by dx. So what you have to do, you have to find the differentiation of y with respect to t, and then differentiation of x with respect to t, and then divide the differentiation of y with respect to t or by differentiation of x with respect to t, and you will find dy by dx. I think I have made myself properly clear, and then I will explain the very same idea with the help of some examples. So let me clear the screen first. So now I take one example, very simple example. X is 80 square and y is t cube. Then right here, differentiating both sides with respect to t, then you know dx by dt is just 2t. Same thing if you do, then dy by dt is 3t square. Then dy by dx is dy by dt over dx by dt, that is 3t square over t, 2t, and that is 3 by 2t. This is your answer. Dy by dx is 3 by 2t. So this is it. Now let me take another example. So x is 3at upon 1 plus t cube, and y is upon 1 plus t cube. So we have to find the differentiation of x with respect to t. So differentiating both sides, you have to, when you're writing for your board examination, you have to write everything like that. But if you are in a competitive mode, you can find another shortcut ways of solving. So differentiating both sides with respect to t, then you can have dx by dt. Now since we are differentiating this with respect to t, and now you see t is a function of this, and it appears that t upon this 1 plus t square, this is u by v form. So how can you find, you know, differentiation of u by v? What is differentiation of u by v? So d by dx of u by v is v du by dx minus u dv by dx upon v square. Same way, here this 3a is a constant, so you can keep it aside. So I can write this 3a, and then I just write 1 plus t cube as it is. This is v, so leave it as it is. Then you find differentiation of numerator, that is d by dt of t, minus, leave the numerator as it is. Then you find differentiation of denominator, d by dt of 1 plus t cube, 1 plus t cube upon denominator square, that is 1 plus t cube whole square. So I just simply differentiate. This is 3. 1's differentiation, this is differentiation of t is 1. So this is 1 plus t square. So 1 plus t square minus t as it is. And then differentiation of 1 plus t cube is 0 plus 3t square. Differentiation of 1 is 0, and differentiation of t cube is 3t square. So 0 plus 3t square will be just 3t square over 1 plus t cube whole square. Now if you see that there is no like terms, like it's 1 plus t square minus 3t cube, so it will be as it is 3a, 1 plus t square minus 3t cube over 1 plus t cube whole square. This is my dx by dt. Can you see it nicely? Okay, then here I go for this one. Then what it is? dy by dt, I keep this 3a aside, and then 1 plus t cube denominator as it is, and then you find the differentiation of t square. I'm going directly this time, do t minus, then keep t square unchanged, find differentiation of 1 plus t cube, that is 3t square over 1 plus t cube whole square. So now this is 1 2t plus 2t into t cube is 2t to the power 4 minus 3t to the power 4 upon 1 plus t cube whole square, 3 times a, this is dy by dt. Now we have to find dy by dx, because we have to divide this one by this one. So I'm just little direct here. So I write dy by dx both these functions have the common denominator, that is 1 plus t cube whole square, and here also it is 1 plus t cube whole square. So if you divide one over another, these two denominators will cancel out each other. At the same time 3a and 3a, they too also will cancel each other. So now what will be left with? Will be left with the numerator, this part of here. So I can simplify here also. This is 2t. 2t to the power 4 minus 3 to the power 4 is minus t to the power 4 over here. This is can be simplified, solved in simplified form. So this is 1 plus t square minus 3t cube. This is your dy by dx. I think you have got the idea. Now let me take another example. Okay, now I take another equation. This is another type of parameter which you can see. It was initially it was the t functions, like it was algebraical functions. Now it will be trigonometric function. So here we have x equals a, then cos theta plus log tan theta by 2, a cos theta plus log tan theta by 2, means you can say that x is a function of theta. Okay, x is not a log, this is a composite function. So tan theta goes into the argument of log, so this is a function of theta. Now another one, y as a sine theta, y as a sine theta, and we have to find the dy by dx at theta is pi by 4. So we have to find dy by dx at theta is pi by 4 is question mark what is. So I simply just try to go directly. So dx over d theta means differentiating this equation with respect to theta. Now a cos theta, what is differentiation of cos theta? That is minus sine theta. So minus a sine theta plus, this is method of substitution, but I have told you that you can apply the method of substitution in a very easier way. For example, you know that the d by dx of log x is 1 by x. Now we have the log something, it is not x. So d by dx of log something is 1 over something, that is tan theta by 2, into differentiation of something, that is differentiation of tan theta by 2. Again the very same rule, differentiation of tan x is sec square x. So differentiation of tan x is sec square x. So the differentiation of tan theta by 2 is sec square theta by 2. Again I am not done. Theta by 2 needs to be differentiated again. So that's why differentiation of theta by 2 will be half. So this is what you are going to get. So first I write log something. So differentiation of log x is 1 by x. So differentiation of log something is 1 by something, that is tan theta by 2. Now I have to differentiate tan theta by 2. Again tan theta by 2 is not a direct formula. Direct formula goes like tan theta is sec square theta, or tan x is sec square x, but here we are differentiating tan theta, so that will be sec square theta. But right now we don't have theta, we have tan theta by 2, so we will have sec square theta by 2. Now again I need to differentiate this theta by 2, and that is half. So this is the differentiation of log tan theta by 2. So log something, 1 by something, into differentiation of something, that is differentiation of tan theta by 2. So differentiation of tan theta by 2, again fresh. So differentiation of tan x is sec square x. Now differentiation of tan theta by 2 is again will be treated as differentiation of something, which is not as just tan x. So tan theta by 2 will become sec square theta by 2. Again theta by 2 is the something. So differentiation of that something is half x by 2, 1 by 2. So this is our dy by dx. Now what is dx by d theta? Dx by d theta is a sine theta, that is simply a cos theta. Now we have to find dy by dx. Sorry, I made a mistake. This is dy by d theta. So a cos theta. Now we have to find dy by dx. So dy by dx equal to this divided by this. So just write minus a sine theta plus half sec square theta by 2 upon tan theta by 2 upon a cos theta. Now they have asked you to find dy by dx at theta is pi by 4. So we'll directly go and try to find out the value of theta by pi by 4. So I think it is pi by 2. Wait, not pi by 4. Pi by 2. Because if it's pi by 4, this will become pi by 8. So that will become too cumbersome now. So we are avoiding that condition. We'll try to find a tan theta by 2. So now here you see pi by 2 is 90. So minus cos 90, that is minus a into 1 plus this is sec pi by 4. Sec square pi by 4 is root 2 because cos pi by 4 is root 2. So sec pi by cos pi by 4 is 1 over root 2. So sec pi by 4 is root 2. So root 2 square will be 2 and this is half upon tan pi by 4 is 1 upon cos 90 is 0. So here we are finding this 0. It means the answer is undefined. Denominator by 0. But you cannot, nobody can ask you to find differentiation of something which is undefined. Means differentiation does not exist. It means this was wrong. It has to be tan pi by 4 only. So if it has to be tan pi by 4, we need to find another mechanism of how to find the value of this one. So now what we can do, let me just remove this part. Okay. So we have minus a sine pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So this is 1 by root 2 plus 1 by 2. Now pay attention here. This is 1 by 2. Sec square theta by 2 will become cos square theta by 2. That comes here cos square theta by 2. And tan theta by 2 is sin theta by 2 upon cos theta by 2 whole upon a cos pi by 4. So I am not putting the value of this one pi by 4 there to make it pi by 8. First I want to simplify, then I'll put the value. So here also it should have same, but it's fine. So now here you see that 1 cos theta by 2 cancel with 1 cos theta by 2 and we are getting a form of 1 over 2 cos theta by 2 into sin theta by 2 and there is a formula that the sin 2 theta is 2 sin theta cos theta. So 2 cos theta by 2 into sin theta by 2 is 1 upon sin 2 into theta by 2, that will become 1 upon sin theta, and this is minus a by root 2 plus, and this is also a by root 2. Now 1 by sin theta is cosec theta and the cosec 45 is just root 2. So we'll have minus a by root 2 plus root 2 upon a by root 2. So this becomes minus a plus 2 upon root 2 upon a by root 2. These two cancel and then you have your answer as minus a plus 2 upon a, or you can write 2 minus a upon a. So this answer is 2 minus a upon a. So this is it. Now I take another example where x is cos inverse 1 upon under root 1 plus x square and y equals sine inverse 1 upon under root 1 plus x square. Now here you see that the x is a function of x. This cannot be true, so it should be some other variable. I make it as t. So this is 1 upon under root 1 plus t square. Now how can this looks like, because we know the differentiation of sine inverse x is, we can do it that way also, like differentiation of, I write this is formula, d by dx of sine inverse x is 1 over under root 1 minus x square, and differentiation of cos inverse x is just negative. So minus 1 upon under root 1 minus x square but we don't have the x, we have this whole complicated something. So if we say that, then we can find dx by dt, this will become minus 1 upon under root 1 minus this something whole square, means 1 upon this. If we square this, will become 1 plus t square into d by dt of that something, which is 1 by under root 1 plus t square. Okay, and then you can write same way, dy by dt is minus, no minus because it's sine inverse. So 1 upon under root 1 minus this square. So 1 upon 1 plus t square into d by dt of 1 upon under root 1 plus t square. So now you see that this part is identical, this part is same as this part, and this part will also be same as this part. So if you divide this by this, you will get your answer as minus 1. This is it. So if I just divide here only, and I can say that my answer is dx by dy, dx by dt over dy by dt is minus 1. Just reciprocal it. So dy by dx will also be minus 1, because negative of reciprocal is also minus 1. But if you cancel this directly, then perhaps the teachers may not like this idea, because it is becoming too shortcut. So I will use another method of writing the answer in the subjective. So I start different method of solving the same question, but I want to clear the screen first. Here you see 1 plus t square. This is interesting part. 1 plus t square, and you know that there is a formula called 1 plus tan square theta is sec square theta. Means if you assume t to be tan theta, t equals tan theta, this x will become cos inverse 1 upon under root 1 plus tan square theta. So x equal to cos inverse 1 upon 1 plus tan square theta is sec square theta, and it's in the square root. If it is sec square theta, it will become just sec theta. And then reciprocal of sec theta is cos theta. So this is cos inverse cos theta. And you know that if you have studied the trigonometry, inverse trigonometric function, then you must be knowing that the cos inverse cos theta is nothing but theta. Then what is your x? X is theta. Okay. Now I do the same thing here. Then I have my y as sine inverse, and you know that this part is giving you cos theta. So directly, because I have already done this one, so I'll write directly here this as cos theta. Now y equal to sine inverse cos theta can be written as sine pi by 2 minus theta. So y equal to pi by 2 minus theta. Now our function, which was initially given in terms of t, has now become another parameter depending on our substitution, and it has become a function of t. X is a function of theta and y is also a function of theta. So in that condition, even if x is a function of t and the t is a function of theta, so even if I say that I have to find dx by dt, but now I have to find dx by d theta. So if I find dx by d theta, then again I need to find d theta by dt to get this dy by dt. So even if you just go directly and find with respect to theta only, then also there will be no effect in the value of this answer. So you can find dx by d theta directly. Dx by d theta is 1, and then dy by d theta equal to minus 1, because pi by 2 is 0 and differentiation of theta is 1. It's just like differentiation of x is 1, so differentiation of theta is also 1. So now dy by d theta is minus 1 and the dx by d theta is also minus 1. So dy by dx is minus 1. Now suppose if I say that no, I don't want to take any risk, because when the marks are concerned, students normally becomes little more sensitive. So instead of using this formula, I want to return back from here to my t. So you had t equal to tan theta, so the theta will be tan inverse t. So what is this x? X will become tan inverse t, and the y will become pi by 2 minus tan inverse t. So dx by dt is 1 over 1 plus t square, and dy by dt is minus 1 by under root 1 plus t square. So dy by dx is again minus 1. So whatever path you apply, whatever path you choose, you'll always get your answer as dy by dx is minus 1. Take another example just to solve one more problem, but before that I need to clear my screen. So here we have a question: x equals sec theta minus tan theta, and y equals sec to the power n theta, sec to the power n theta minus tan to the power n theta. And then what we have to find out, we have to show that x square plus 4 y dash square, x square plus 4 y dash square equals x square y square plus 4, x square y square plus 4. So y dash is nothing but dy by dx. So it is, and the y, yeah. So now here again I start without wasting my time. So I write dx by d theta. So differentiation of sec theta is sec theta tan theta, sec theta tan theta minus differentiation of tan is sec square theta. Now same way you find dy by d theta. dy by d theta is n sec to the power n minus 1 theta, because I have taken the sec to the power n theta as the method of substitution I am using. So d by dx of sec to the power n theta, I am taking it as d by d theta sec theta whole to the power 1. So this one takes the form of d by dx of x to the power n, which is nx to the power n minus 1. So this one also will become n sec to the power n minus 1 theta. But this was not x, this was something. So we have to find differentiation of this something also, and that is sec theta into tan theta. So same way here n sec to the power n minus 1 theta, this will become sec theta tan theta also, minus tan to the power n theta is n tan n minus 1 theta, and differentiation of tan theta will be sec square theta. So let me simplify this one, what forms it takes. Sec theta, if I take common, then I'll get tan theta minus sec theta, tan theta minus sec theta, and then here we have sec to the power n theta, and then here it is sec square theta. I think we can take n sec theta tan theta common. So n sec theta tan theta, sec theta tan theta common. So here you are getting sec to the power n minus 1, sec to the power n minus 1 theta, and so n is taken common, sec theta is taken common, tan theta is taken common. So I am getting sec to the power n minus 1 theta minus sec theta tan to the power n minus 1 theta. So in the next video we'll take some more examples to elaborate the ideas of the parametric form. I think in this video you have got the many ideas of the parametric form clear, and how to find their corresponding differentiation, that also you have learned. Thank you very much. Just subscribe to our channel and keep practicing and keep growing with us.